Hey guys, this is Yash Rathod, and today we'll rig a Lego character. So first, what I'm going to be using is a great plugin known as Advanced Skeleton. So the way to install it is take this install mel script and just drag and drop it into the viewport. And once that is done, you can now. So here we can check all our different menus sections, and here we could go to model and model clean, model check. This basically checks models, they're completely fine. If they're symmetrical, we can go to new scene. Yeah, so here we are. So what we're gonna do over here is to reference in the model. So yep, here we go, and it's called as Lego model. So let me reference it quickly. So referencing is basically making a copy of that, and that allows you to see useful information. You cannot edit it, so it's better for bigger models. So here we have our lovely rig. Let me just quickly scale it down so that we can fit it better. Fit it. Yeah, here we go. So you really want to make sure that the central line is aligned to the central line of the grid, just so. And just quickly check all the angles, and also over here. So roughly, roughly the center of our lovely model. Yeah, here we are. It's great, yeah. And now what we want to do, so you can see this better now. What you want to do now is import the biped skeleton. So biped skeleton is this one. So you go in body, you go in fit, and then you go to import. So what this essentially does is creates a pre-parented rig. So you can see it now. And what you want to do is essentially scale it up to match your model. There we go. Yeah, that looks good. So you can just match the legs first. And once that is done, we can go to the side view and have the knee where it should be. There we go. So we can actually use the insert key on the keyboard. So it looks like this. And once you do that, so you can actually move the joints independently without their parenting conditions. We use the insert key and quickly make it, position it the right way. Now, yeah, one thing is important here, that these three lines, right, they should be in preferably in a straight line so that our architect works fine. So once I have this set up, then I can have this come down over here. Let me zoom in and see it well. Now you want to make sure this is the center of the leg. So when you see the blue circle around the bones, it's a indication that I am using the insert key. So yeah, once we check it from the side, I think this looks good. Here is our root. So root is the main thing. Then here goes our hip, and here goes our lovely knee. I think I can take the knee a little bit more down, leave. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, looks good. So also you have to take care of, the point where it should actually rotate, and plus not affect the centerpiece. So this is because it's a block. If it's a character, it doesn't matter that much. So yep, here we are. Next, we can go and align our chest. Quickly see the shoulders. And these also should be in a straight line. So in many characters, you will feel that it's not possible, but the approximate possible thing, they should be in a straight line, so you can align the elbow, the wrist, and the shoulder in a way that they come in a straight line. So a good thumb of rule is that these should be in the center of the geometry. So as you can see, yeah. So here we go. But so what I mean by straight is by, in the front view, they should be straight in the same plane. But obviously, our natural joint. So this you can move. I'm pressing the insert key again. And here we are. Now, this is the tricky part, right? So when you're doing a Lego hands, you essentially just have this kind of a movement. So what we can do is just keep two of the many fingers which you have. So in order to do it, you can simply press delete key. It's no biggie. Yeah, okay. So this is done. And now we have to position these both. This is the tricky part, but once you practice, you'll get the hang of it. It's not that hard, obviously. We are, and insert, and go here. And you also want to make sure that this stays in the side view as well as possible. So you kind of make out. If seeing this is a little bit confusing for you, what you can also do is leave the template mode and go into shading and turn on X-ray. Yeah, so you have better view, and so there we are. Now let's go 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's enough for me. Let me similarly do it for the other one over here. Insert. Here we go, and there we go. All right, this is that. So once they're aligned, we can once check it. It's all right. So I think I can move this guy a little bit towards the right. Yep, just like so. And rotate this guy a little bit this way. Yeah, looks good to me. Now the hands are done. Now, so this joint basically is for the eyes, but since I don't have eyes here, I'll just keep it up here. Essentially, I can also delete it. Right, and then I'm going on to this down here, and I can. This is basically the jaw. This will help in squeezing and enlarging the jaw or the face, right? So yeah, looks good. And here we are. Done. Done with the hand. Okay, so now we can go to build skeleton. So we can come back here and build. So edit basically is where you can edit it once again. You're not happy with the joint size, so this controls the joint size. Gonna keep it to 0.2, which it was. Yeah, here we go. Now we can go to build advanced skeleton. Once you do that, all types of controllers will be automatically parented to it. And here is a beautiful skeleton. You might want to do some tweaks, obviously. So as you can see, all the controllers are here, but you want to make sure that these are out of the mesh, so it's easier to animate. Basically, you should not move this because that'll move the ball. What you can do instead is isolate it with Control I and just drag select this. But what you need to have, make sure your camera base selection is turned off so that you capture all the points. So here we go, and now it's all good. Yeah. So now we can turn it here. So this will just scalpel apart. And similarly, I can control vertex and go here. Great. So now that's done. This controls the head. Basically the neck area. This controls the head. And yeah. Ideally, we won't be needing this, so I won't be moving it. This we will need. Move it. So you can scale it whichever way you like, obviously. And make sure it's out of geometry for easy animation. And also rotate it to better suit your animation needs. Basically, will give us the ability to have fists and cups made of the hand. So we want this also. Quickly do this. And these are basically the hand joints. So if you know like a human character or a humanoid character, you won't have these many problems, obviously. But you know, doing a Lego or a custom character is a little bit tricky. But yeah. There we are. There we go. So now these control my hand well. Similarly, I can do it for my other part of the hand. What do we call it? Since we do, I'm scaling down so that selection becomes a little easier, ideally. Go. Now similarly, I'll speed up and to the other side of the hand. So if in the middle you find that your joints aren't exactly in the right place, do not worry, you can simply go to the build skeleton, which is just right over here. So in the build, in the fit skeleton, we have build, and we can go toggle, fit, and advanced. So here, ideally, you can move the joints and still have all the points of the curves, that's the controllers, in the right place. So yeah, don't worry about that. So what we can alternatively do is actually move these, but 0 of the values afterwards. Really want to make sure these joints are like very close to the edge. And, yeah. So like to do this, we can go to modify these transformations. So yeah. May get out this menu and go to freeze transformation. Here and so yeah, here we go. Next, we can. Oh yeah, everything looks good. We just need to have this last one here and that one up there. So I'll tell you what this is. This is basically the joint to move your lower body. There we are, and we want to make this bigger than that. So let's do that. Okay, and now we come to the shoes part. So what you want to do here basically is take this a little behind so that so this is there. So if you're using a human skeleton, this should be your big toe, pinky toe, and points. Right, so we're done here, and so now you see this should also be in the middle. So we'll press the insert key and quickly move this way. Okay, so here we are done with our basic things. So now I can just simply rebuild my advanced skeleton. And you see the different measurements are still there, the controllers. Great, now that we have done this, we can very well move on to skinning.